think I have to give you the dates for that. Okay. Good evening, welcome. Call the meeting to order. This is the Marion City Council meeting for Thursday, February 23rd. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Roll call, please.
Ms. Atkins. Here. Mr. Jensen.
Here.
Mr. Harper.
Here.
Mayor Abu Wassili.
Here.
Mr. Brandt.
Here.
Ms. Menzer. Here. Mr. Sterned.
Okay, this time we have a moment of silence. Thank you. First thing on the agenda is a public forum this evening, which is a time set aside on the agenda for comments from members of the public on any item that is included on the agenda but not associated with a public hearing. Is there anyone here to address the council on any item that is on the agenda but not part of a public hearing? Please come forward. Okay, we'll move on to the consent agenda.
Your Honor, I move to approve the consent agenda as follows. Items A1 through F4, resolutions 31189 through 31203.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda as presented, including items A1 through F4, resolutions 31189 through 31203. Discussion. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda as presented, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say no. Okay, the motion is approved. First item on the regular agenda this evening is a public hearing regarding adoption of the 2023 Code of Ordinances. We'll open the public hearing and we'll have a presentation from the city clerk.
Good evening. Last couple of meetings, we've reviewed the recodification process and a few of the changes. So tonight we'll just do a brief overview again of those changes. The first major change to the Code of Ordinances is a reorganization. It'll be split into 3 parts. And then what our individual codes now have been combined, such as departments, boards and commissions. We've removed most business licenses from the code. The solicitor, peddler, and transient merchant license still remains, and requirements for certain business types still remain, just the licensing has been removed. We'll be removing fees from our Code of Ordinances. This makes updating fees a lot easier. We'll just be approving a resolution of an entire schedule of fees, and that'll be an annual process. There's been a few language title department updates. You can see a few examples on the screen. And then there are 4 chapters removed, 2 of which are handled by the state, and another 2 are for franchises that have expired. And then Nicole will discuss the zoning changes.
So like Rachel said, brief overview of what was kind of presented at Tuesday's meeting. The planning division started our review process of the zoning regulations in 2020. As you can see in the screen, we are now proposed to be chapter 340. The articles with minor amendments versus major are shown as well. The minor ones similar to what Rachel said for the general code updates, nomenclature, code references, items like that. The Planning and Zoning Commission did review this at their meeting on the 14th of February. They didn't have any comments or questions and approved it for recommendation to City Council 7-0. So these are the articles where we have more of a, what we consider that major amendment. Article 2, definitions. Again, we're adding 10 definitions. We're removing 10 definitions and kind of rewriting 4 definitions. For Article 4, the zoning districts, we're removing those 21 zoning districts that are no longer needed with the citywide zoning update that's been recently completed. Article 8, where the big thing there is adding those bicycle regulations. That way it gives what staff has been asking for a little more teeth and actually requiring bike racks to be installed with projects. At least short-term regulations, where it does include long-term regulations for bicycle parking within those, but they're suggested. Then Article 9, we're aligning home occupations with the new state legislation. So we did some kind of updating there to align with the uses that are considered to be no impact in residential areas. For Article 10, we are repealing sediment control. There is a completely separate chapter within the code that handles that. So we're removing that from the zoning section. And then Article 11, we're repealing the requirement of the need for a special use permit for a functional family.
I think that's it, unless there are any questions.
Any questions?
Nope.
Thank you.
Mayor, I move to approve ordinance number 23. Ready?
We're still in the
My fault.
public hearing portion. Is there anyone here to address the
Jump in.
council either in favor or in opposition to this measure? Please come forward. Okay. Have we received any comments outside the meeting?
I have not.
Okay. All right, then we'll close the public hearing and move on to the resolution.
Mayor, I apologize for jumping the gun on that. Mayor, I move to approve ordinance number 23-02, adopting the 2023 Code of Ordinances, and this is the initial consideration.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the initial consideration of ordinance number 23-02, adopting the 2023 Code of Ordinances. Now, discussion, questions for Rachel or Nicole?
Yeah, just,
Go ahead.
yeah, I'm sorry I didn't ask this on Tuesday when you were going through this in great detail. My question should be fronted by, first off, compliments of doing this work to try to recast and do a deep review on this. That's no small undertaking, I can well imagine. My question is, and it was specific to the a couple franchise entries. Do we still have entered into the code the existing franchises that are in force?
We do. We still have our franchises with Mid-American, Alliant, ITC, and Lynn County RDC. The only ones that we got rid of were with MediaCom and with, I believe it was IMON. We had old telecommunications, and those have been expired for either quite some time or they've been transferred to the state. All of the telecommunications franchises are now going through the state. So
Okay. All right. You anticipated my next question. Thank you. Okay, thanks.
Any other questions? Okay. We'll vote. All those in favor? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yes, all those in favor of approving ordinance number 23-02, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. The motion is approved. Next on the agenda is a public hearing regarding fiscal year 2024 maximum property tax dollars. We'll open the public hearing and Is Leanne doing the presentation? Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. This is the first of two required public hearings prior to adoption of the fiscal year 23-24 budget. It does set the maximum property tax dollars received on certain levies. I think it's important to note for the public that this does not include the voted levies such as the library levy or the debt service levy. At the time of the recommended budget presentation for city council during the work session, we were recommending a levy of $15.10. The estimated levy, after some decisions were indicated during that session, brought that levy to $14.86. However, with the passage of Senate File 181 at the state level, we will expect our taxable valuation will change, which will have an impact on what that levy rate will be. Indications from the state that because this is setting the maximum on the property tax dollars, this particular hearing will not need to be redone. So it will be off the dollars, not the levy. Thought I would note that. And the last thing is public safety accounts for nearly 2.2 million of the $3.2 million increase in the general fund. It accounts for an addition of 6 firefighters as well as wage increases to support the recruitment and retention of police officers.
Okay, the public hearing is open. Is there anyone here to address council, either in favor or in opposition? Please come forward. Okay, Rachel, have you received any input outside of this?
I have not received any comments.
Leanne, anything?
I have not either.
Okay, note that for the record, and we'll close the public hearing. Move on to the vote.
Your Honor, I move to approve resolution number 31204, approving fiscal year 2024 maximum property tax dollars.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 31204, approving the fiscal year 2024 maximum property tax dollars. Discussion. None? Okay, all those in favor of the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved. The next item is a public hearing regarding Indian Creek Trunk Sewer Segment 7 project. The public hearing is now open, and city engineer.
Yes, sir. So for this project, this is the trunk sewer, upsizing it to a 60-inch diameter pipe. It goes from approximately Menards down to the Mount Calvary Cemetery, where it ties back into the existing sanitary sewer. We did receive 3 bids for this project, and we are recommending that we go with the base bid plus alternate 2, which would make Boomerang the low bid at $12,735,271.27. We can go to the next slide. So this is the concrete pipe with manholes with the HDPE liner. Notice to proceed is the start date, has a completion date of next year, $500 per day in liquidated damages. And then next slide. And then for this, the city of Marion is the administrator of the project. We pay 32.9% of the project based on the flow agreement of how much flow we wanted through the sewer. Cedar Rapids, Hiawatha, and Robbins pay for their proportionate share that's on the screen. Lynn County is also a party of this agreement, but they don't actually contribute financially to it. And all other municipalities have concurred with the bids and are recommending the same.
Okay. This time the public hearing is open. Anyone here to address the council, either in favor or in opposition of this measure, please come forward. Okay. We received comments outside the meeting.
Other than the concurrence from the other municipalities to go with the alternate 2.
No other comments. Okay. Please note that for the record. We'll close the public hearing and take the resolution.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 31205, accepting bids and awarding contract to Boomerang Corp. Regarding the Indian Creek Trunk Sewer Segment 7 project in the amount of $12,735,271.27.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 31205, accepting the bids and awarding the contract to Boomerang Corporation for the Indian Creek Trunk Sewer Segment 7 project in the amount of $12,735,271.27. Discussion?
Question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, so this 60-inch pipe is replacing 48-inch, is that correct?
It varies. Some of it's, the biggest that we have out there is 48, some of it's smaller than that, but yes.
So when this segment number 7 gets completed by the cemetery, is that gonna join up with 60-inch pipe down there?
No, so they'll, again, we're looking at the hydraulic grade line, so we're not starting at the treatment plant and working our way up. So it will tie into a smaller pipe, so there will be some hydraulic pressure that's applied where it gets tied back in.
Okay,
Eventually that will be fixed and all of the main will be upsized, but we're doing it in the order where there's a hydraulic pinch point first. So we're doing segment 7 here. The next segment, we're actually jumping to segment 11, which is from Donnelly Park to our city limits. So we're jumping around based on where those pinch points are.
okay, thank you.
Go ahead, Grant.
Yeah. Mike, can you just recap the value of the liner that's being incorporated in this? That's question one. And the second question is, what was the general criteria by which project costing was assigned to the various jurisdictions?
Sure. So with alternate 2, basically the base bid was reinforced concrete pipe or RCP pipe. With that, when you start having certain contaminants into that, that could eat away at the concrete and eventually the rebar. And then we have issues with infiltration. So we get not only good water into the pipe, and then we're paying to treat clean water. And then we also have the dirty water inside the pipe that starts to leach out and cause contaminants. By adding that extra plastic liner in the inside of it, that then keeps that corrosion down. So for example, the leachate from the landfill actually goes through our sewer system. When we start having septics or if we start having force mains, that actually has more contaminants in it as well, which could cause issues. So it's a small incremental cost compared to the total project, and it'll extend the lifetime of the pipe. Your second question, the percents are all based on each city looked at how much they're going to grow and what their needs are going to be in the forecastable future. We have to look at some horizon. For example, the city of Marion could actually gravity flow the city of Alburnett, but do we size our sewer today to serve the city of Alburnett? So we have to kind of, find that happy medium of, we know what the life cost of the project is, how long is it going to last, and come up with that number of, this is how far we're going to think we're going to go in the lifetime of that. So this sewer was built in the 60s. So now we're coming in and upgrading it now. So in the future,
60.
Mm-hmm.
it won't be me, it'll be somebody else, but they'll be replacing the sewer.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Discussion? Okay, all those in favor of approving resolution number 31205, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion is approved. Next on the agenda is a public hearing on the 2023 sidewalk ramp project. Is that city engineer again?
Yep, I'll just come up because I got a few slides here.
Okay,
So this is our annual program that we do where we go in and either fix ramps that are not compliant at all. Maybe they had a curb before and we're taking that curb out and actually putting the slope in. We're putting the ADA domes in there. So those are the little rimples that you see that way it indicates that you're leaving the safety of the sidewalk and entering the street. So this is an annual program that we do in order to keep our road use funds. So we did have 4 bids on this. The low bid came in from Hunt Construction at $143,098, which is 96% of the engineer's estimate. So we are recommending proceeding with this contract.
okay. The public hearing is open. Is there anyone here to address the council either in favor or in opposition to this measure? Okay, did we receive any comments outside the meeting?
We have not.
Okay,
I have not received any.
thanks. Please note that for the record, we'll close the public hearing and proceed to the resolution.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 31206, accepting bids and awarding contract to Hunt Construction Company regarding the 2023 sidewalk ramp project in the amount of $143,098.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 31206, accepting the bids and awarding the contract to Hunt Construction Company for the 2023 sidewalk ramp project in the amount of $143,098. Discussion on the motion? All those in favor of approving resolution number 31206, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved. Next item is a public hearing on the 2023 HMA resurfacing project. Public hearing is now open.
Yes, Your Honor, for this project, we had one bid, LL Pelling, at $1,014,566.20. The budget for this is $1 million, so a lot of this, as we do street by street, after we mill off that existing HMA, we'll determine what that street actually looks like. Our X-ray vision isn't still fully functional, so we have to see what it looks like when we peel that layer off. And so we'll adjust as we need to. If we have a street that's really bad and we end up doing a lot of point repairs or full depth patches, we'll take some streets off. If we're doing good, we'll keep going and do more, but we'll stay within our $1 million. So the locations, Fifth Avenue, 12th Street, 13th Street, is their first milestone. And has a completion date of August 18th of this year.
Okay. Public hearing is open. If anyone's here to address council, either in favor or in opposition to this measure, please come forward. Okay, did we receive any comments outside the meeting?
We have not.
I have not received any.
Okay. Note that for the public record, we'll close the public hearing and I'll turn over the meeting to the mayor pro tem for the resolution vote.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I move to approve resolution number 31207, accepting bids and awarding contract to LL Pelling Company Incorporated regarding the 2023 HMA resurfacing project in the amount of $1,014,566.20.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept resolution number 31207, accepting bids and awarding contract to LL Pelling Incorporated regarding the 2023 HMA resurfacing project in the amount of $1,014,566.20. Questions or discussion? I do have a question, Mike, and you mentioned that if you get into a given area and it's worse than expected as you do the excavation, overall, where are we at in your overarching plan in terms of trying to do this work across the city? Are we ahead or behind because of that you've found actually during the construction work?
It varies. So like the year that we did 29th Avenue, obviously we knew that was bad going in, but it sometimes it kind of surprises us. I can tell you that in the past, we've peeled that asphalt off and the concrete street is now a gravel street. So sometimes we find out, okay, that's the last time we're overlaying that street. So it just kind of varies based on the age and how they were built back in the day.
All right. Okay. All right. Thanks. Anybody have anything else? Okay. All of those in favor of resolution number 31207, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries with one abstention. Back to the mayor.
Thank you.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 31208, approving policy for residential street parking for existing streets.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 31208, approving the policy for residential street parking for existing streets. Discussion? All those in favor of approving resolution number 31208, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. The motion is approved.
Your Honor, I move to approve ordinance number 23-01, amending chapter 63 of the Code of Ordinances, establishing the speed limit on Furnow Road from Fields Drive to Highway 13 as 35 miles per hour. And this is our final consideration.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the final consideration of ordinance number 23-01, amending chapter 63 of the code, establishing the speed limit on Furnow Road from Fields Drive to Highway 13 as 35 miles per hour. Discussion? All those in favor of ordinance number 23-01, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 31209, approving purchase agreement with Eastern Iowa Coffee LLC regarding the 2023 Twixtown Road and Marion Boulevard intersection improvements project and authorizing payment in the amount of $2,254.24.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 31209, approving the purchase agreement with Eastern Iowa Coffee LLC for the 2023 Twixtown Road and Marion Boulevard intersection improvements project and authorizing the payment of $2,254.24. Discussion. All those in favor of resolution number 31209, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve project calendar regarding the 2023 Twixtown Road and Marion Boulevard intersection improvements project as follows. Resolutions 31210 through 31212.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve project calendar for the 2023 Twixtown Road and Marion Boulevard intersection improvements project, including resolutions 31210 through 31212. Discussion. Okay, all those in favor of the motion to approve the project calendar, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Your Honor, I move to approve project calendar regarding the 2023 10th Street and 29th Avenue landscaping restoration project. Resolutions 31213 through 31215.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the project calendar for the 2023 10th Street and 29th Avenue landscaping restoration project. Resolutions 31213 through 31215. Discussion. All those in favor of approving the project calendar, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. Motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve the project calendar regarding the 2023 sanitary sewer televising project. This will include resolution numbers 31216 through 31218.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the project calendar for the 2023 sanitary sewer televising project, including resolutions 31216 through 31218. Discussion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
This resolution, as well as the prior ones, I just have to compliment Mike. You've learned so well to take all my questions away from me relative to the schedule milestones. I am just frustrated.
Hopefully frustrated in a good way.
Good job.
Other discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion's approved. Mr. Harper?
Yes, Your Honor. I move to approve resolutions number 31219 approving the facade improvements central corridor review for property located at 1801 and 1833 7th Avenue in Marion, Iowa. This is a request from Jeff Bulacek.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 31219, approving the facade improvements central corridor review for property located at 1801, 1833 7th Avenue. Discussion? Questions? Go ahead.
Oh, I don't have any questions now.
Sorry. Okay, all those in favor of resolution number 31219, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. The motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 31220, approving Marion South Substation First Edition Final Plat and Memorandum of Agreement for property located north of Highway 100 and west of 44th Street, Marion, Iowa, ITC Midwest LLC.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 31220, Marion South Substation Final Plat and Memorandum of Agreement for the property located north of Highway 100 and west of 44th Street. Discussion? Okay, all those in favor of approving resolution number 31220, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. The motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 31221, approving the central corridor review for the demolition of the former Marion Library located at 1095 6th Avenue, Marion, Iowa, the city of Marion.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember Menser, seconded by Councilmember Brandt to approve resolution number 31221, approving the central corridor review for the demolition of the former Marion Library located at 1095 6th Avenue. Discussion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Yeah. On the slide, it says that we're removing and storing the bike racks. Did I misunderstand that those were in poor condition relative to corrosion at their base, that we wouldn't be reusing those?
That was the benches.
That was benches. Okay.
The bike racks are salvageable,
Okay.
benches were not.
Okay. Thanks for the clarification.
Any other discussion? All those in favor of resolution number 31221, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion's approved. Next on the agenda is a public hearing for the 1095 6th Avenue Site Disposal Project. Public hearing is now open.
Yes, Your Honor. So this is the demo for the old library site. It's going to be the area that has the black dash line. So it's the building, the internal sidewalks, the existing parking lot, and the existing sidewalk around the lot will remain. So once the building is gone, that area will be seeded, so it can be used for whatever use until that area is redeveloped. With that, we did get 8 bids. 4 of them are shown here. There's a detailed breakdown of those on the city webpage, engineering section. And also in the council packet, the low bid was DW Zinser at $117,900, which was nice and under the engineer's estimate.
Okay. Is there anyone here to address council either in favor or in opposition to this measure? Please come forward. Did you receive any comments outside the meeting?
I have not.
We have not.
Okay, please note that for the record. Seeing that no one's coming forward, we'll close the public hearing and proceed to the resolution.
Your Honor, I move to approve resolution number 31222, accepting bids and awarding contract to DW Zinser Company Incorporated regarding the 1095 6th Avenue Site Disposal Project in the amount of $117,900.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember Atkins, seconded by Councilmember Menzer to approve resolution number 31222, accepting the bids and awarding the contract to DW Zinser Company for the 1095 Sixth Avenue site disposal project in the amount of $117,900. Discussion? All those in favor of resolution 31222, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. Okay, the motion is approved. Next on the agenda is a public forum, which is a time set aside for comments from members of the public on any item. If you are here to address the council, please come forward. State your name and address, and also fill out the yellow card after you're finished, if you haven't already done so. Thank you.
Good evening, council and mayor. Chad Pelly, 300 Country Club Drive in Mount Vernon. Thank you for this time. I'm here tonight to respectfully request consideration of the city council to dispose of and allow us to purchase a portion of land that is currently the water department's in park, located south of Furno in what we call our Rookwood East development. The city council previously paid for RDG to complete a master planning of the 600 acres in this area. We own 120 of those, and we're ready to bring that preliminary plat forward. This is just one of the outstanding items. We would propose to purchase that property at fair market value, determined by the city, probably through an appraisal or assessment, and then we would propose to construct the improvements through there in a typical fashion, as when we do with the city, with the cost sharing, us put them in and then the city reimburse for their portion. The alignment of that road was chosen specifically by the planners due to the topography in the area, but also just smart planning to provide access to the park to the general public. You know, typically you see the development around a park with the backyards backing up to the park, but this would afford not only the opportunity for the city to have public access to the park, but also the neighborhood. So with that, if there's any questions, I'd be glad to answer. Otherwise, I appreciate your consideration.
Questions?
Thank you.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, maybe this is for Dave, actually. Didn't we see a depiction of this at work session?
No, that was, you saw a depiction of it in the internal memo for closed session tonight.
Okay, all right. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else address council, please come forward. Okay, we'll move on to council comments. We'll start with Councilmember Atkins,
I don't have anything. Thank you.
Councilmember Jensen.
My turn?
Yes.
No.
I'm not going to get up and dance or sing, but that was the recommended song to think about when you're doing compressions for CPR. So my wife and I attended the CPR AED class at Fire Station number 1 on February 18th. So that song evidently must be a very favorite one of Chief Fagan, because they said there were other songs you could use, but that's the only one they gave us. So anyway, it was a very well-attended event, probably 50 people there, Chief. So that was put on really by the Marion Rotary and the fire department. So a terrific event. We really appreciated that event and getting our training re-upped on the CPR and AED. So we appreciated that. So that's all I've got.
Thank you.
Well, there's nothing really that I can do to follow that. But I would just observe, if I remember correctly, that was on the American Top 40 listing probably in about 1976. Chief, I'm kind of wondering, you wouldn't have remembered that from your youth, I don't think.
It was before Will was born, I'm sure.
No, sir, I wasn't alive yet.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have nothing else to offer this session.
I was one, it's 76, so. Boy, why I totally lost what I was even talking about. Yeah, I don't remember. I'm good.
I took to think of it. Thanks again to our crews for handling another storm, more storms last week, this week. It's been a lot for us. Anyway, at least it feels like a lot. I know that because I have to do the cancellations for the Y at 5 o'clock in the morning every time we roll one of these through. So I'm not out plowing, but I'm out there analyzing the roads. So thank you for all that they do. I'll have to, because I have an alumni of this, give a shout out to the Linmar Palms on their second place at Nationals finish a couple weeks ago, along with the 6th place in jazz, which continues a great tradition. And also a little side note for those who may not know this, but related to the Super Bowl. My team wasn't there, but we did have, I think from Marion, probably our first Super Bowl cheerleader, who one of our Linmar alumni, she was a rookie cheerleader this year. So we had a local Marion person on the field. Wasn't playing football, but was one of the dance team there and cheerleader. So shout out to Cassidy on that.
Thank you. For my part, I'll just remind everyone that the State of the City address is on the 8th of March at the Cedar Rapids Marriott, 11:30. We'll be celebrating lots of great things, all the good things that our city has accomplished over the past year. Hope to see everyone there. Join us for reaching higher and celebrating everything that our city does and the example that we set for the rest of the cities in Iowa. So thank you for being with us. We have a closed session this evening, so we'll take the resolution.
Mayor, I move to adjourn the closed session regarding a real estate transaction as permitted under section 21.51J of the Code of Iowa.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to adjourn to closed session regarding real estate transaction as permitted under section 21.51J of the code. We'll take the legal counsel's statement, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. I've reviewed the proposed subject matter for the closed session and find the same to be appropriate under Iowa Code Section 21.51J.
Thank you. We'll take the roll call vote, please.
Ms. Atkins,
Yes.
Mr. Jensen,
Yes.
Mr. Harper,
Yes.
Mayor Abu Osley.
Yes.
Mr. Brandt,
Yes.
Ms. Menzer.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. We're adjourned to closed session.